It wasn't too bad. Oh yeah, dude, peeling vinyl is a bit. I charge a lot to peel vinyl.
So do you want to start with the personal questions about you and cars in general, or do you want to start with the wrapping questions?
Oh, we can do personal.
All right.
That's actually a really hard question for me. As a kid, I always appreciated looking at cars, and I had a lot of model cars. I wouldn't say that I was really into cars till I turned 16 and was able to drive and stuff. And my first car was like an 04 Xterra. It wasn't anything special or anything, but then I got a Jeep, and it was originally seen as working on my own car was gonna be the cheap route, because I could save a lot of money, even though I wanted to do a lot to my Jeep because there's so much aftermarket for them. And then off-roading and stuff was my main passion, so I really got into that. And even so, when I had my Jeep, I didn't know much about engines. I was only doing suspension work and what have you for it. So when I sold the Jeep 2 years after I built it, I decided to get a sports car, and I went with the BMW and decided to work with a twin turbo. And I honestly didn't think they had the potential that they do. I was just like, oh, it sounds cool. It's got turbos. It's the BMW, you know? Screw it, let's try it out. And then being on the campus that I am, I met a lot of car people, and started going to shows and just kind of started learning as much as I could, and started modifying this little by little, and now it's full bolt-on. And cosmetically, I've done a lot of stuff, and because of cosmetics, typically I'm doing stuff for other people's cars. Like the wraps is cosmetic, but BMW-wise, I do custom headlights, and I did like a kidney delete and what have you, some interior components. But yeah, I mean, the passion really comes from driving. So actually, model car-wise, I had a 1964 Shelby Cobra that my dad got me when I was probably 8, and that was always such a beautiful car to play with. Growing up, just looking at cars on the street, it was actually like an RX-8. Those are always just the cars that stood out to me. Just the cool body lines and what have you. I never saw a whole lot of the classic sports cars like the RX-7s or NSXs when I was a kid. So it definitely was just the common cars that you see. I've always liked Corvettes. I remember I built a little Lego Corvette when I was a kid. Yeah, I don't really go to the shows too much because I never feel that my car's done. It's never I don't know, everyone's like, oh, you should go to the pads and show it off. I was like, it's not done. I still gotta do this, this, and this. And I really it kind of depends. On a certain budget, it's hard with the money, no object. I really would like to do just a crazy high horsepower FD rotary build. I would also love to do a Mark IV Supra. There aren't really any American cars that I would dream about doing a build on. LSs are cool. I would like an LS Miata at one point. But yeah, where I see the potential for just obscene amounts of money would be definitely JDM stuff.
Sure.
Oh, we've taken pictures of this. So basically, whenever we talk about it, we always base it off of the garage in Fast and Furious 3, Tokyo Drift. On garage, just you got the garage, and then there's the loft and all the sleeping cubbies, but still just the sofas and the kickback type thing. With cars, when you really get into them, there's not a whole lot of time or money for other things. I haven't See, I haven't had a girlfriend in 4 years, you know, and just sacrifices is more like I build up a fun car, and then like this one, like take it over a median, and kind of hate yourself for a bit, but oh god, all you need to look at is AZ Street Heat. Oh my god.
That is so accurate.
I mean, the guys on there, car culture, like I always loved the back and forth, like with the whole crowds and Mustangs. Like my buddy's got a Mustang, we give him shit all the time. And like the BMW turn signals, little Ricer cars, but there are just so many people that get so butthurt on their build. And like whenever I'm racing someone on the highway, if they beat me, I'm happy, I'm impressed, you know, like I want to talk to them about what they did. I'm not like, oh my god, like he totally just got off the line faster than me, like I would have had him, you know. And there's like some people, like if I beat someone on the highway, they just won't even look my direction and just like drive away. I was like, okay dude, like we're out here to have fun, like
yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, exactly. So my whole thing, it was actually a pretty crazy story. So this girl that I have on Snapchat is just a friend of mine from high school. Hadn't talked to her in a few years, and she sent me a Snapchat, or she posted a story, and it was a guy wrapping his 335i. And I was actually more interested in the 335i. I was like, what's he done to it, you know? And he had taken her phone and was like messaging me. He was like, yeah, like I'm running a Cobb tune. I was like, oh, Cobb shit. But and then like, I was like, where are you at right now? Like, I'm waiting for a friend, but I'm in Tempe. And he was like, yeah, we're in Tempe. I was like, you mind if I stop by? I was like, yeah, that's fine. And I get there, and it was actually a wrap shop in Tempe called Wrap House. And so I went over there and was just kind of talking about the car at that point. And then the owner of the wrap shop swung by, and his name's Nick Siegfried. And he's actually now the lead rapping artist over at West Coast Customs.
Oh, damn.
But he still owns Rap House in Tempe. He just has the other guys rapping there for him. The main guy is Giovanni, super great rapper, super chill dude. But basically I was talking with Nick, and Nick's like, he's 24, 25 or something. And like he was working at a custom private museum. That was just like $1 million worth of stuff, and he was like fabricating bolts that you could never find anymore, and doing fiberglass work at like 22. He was doing work for Hennessy and all this cool stuff. It was just kind of like a big role model of mine. And then I was like, how much do you guys charge for a wrap? You know, like I've done a few roofs. Like I did the roof on my BMW, and a couple of friends, and did a interior on the BMW like 4 times because I just like wasn't happy with the color. I kept choosing, and he's like, you know dude, like if you just want to pay for the wrap, like you're welcome to grab a couple of my guys and we can wrap it for you. Like just make sure your hands are on it so like you can get the work done and everything. I was like, oh, that'd be awesome, you know. And like a few months went by, I was like picking out the color and ended up deciding what I wanted. And over that time, I've been doing some work at the wrap shop. Like I've just been going by and helping out, like trying to learn. And so when I finally picked the color, he was like, you know what dude, like I got it. Like I'll pay for the wrap. Like that's fine, like you've been helping out, like it's a good investment. And he bought like $800 worth of wrap for me. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I wish to be half as generous as this guy, you know, he's seriously just an awesome dude. This is one of the cleanest cars that's like come out of Wrap House, you know, like this looks great. I was like, thank you. Like it was the first car I ever wrapped. There's just no way. Like there's no way. I was like, yeah, you know, so. If I'm being just completely blatant, it'd be patience. Just work slowly is a big thing. Just teaching the guys, they try to rush and they're moving quick and then just instant, a wrinkle or a tear that you can't fix. And then, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great videos on YouTube that kind of show you the basics, but until you get your hands on it, you're not going to see how the vinyl reacts to the heat and the stretching. So. stretch it down while it's hot. I'll situate it later. I might end up doing that as a separate piece.